Hi, so I wanted to make a quick video talking about the differences between Jurassic Park 1.0 and 1.1. This is a common question when it comes mostly to speedrunning, but other people might find this interesting. So, first part, I was going to talk about how to determine which cartridge you have. So, I'll put up a picture right here. If you look, I have two carts here. That one of them is 1.0, one is 1.1. The top one is the 1.01. And if you look at the top, you'll see it's made in Japan, which is not necessarily an indicator, but it's at least a clue. If you look at that number there, you'll see US/CAN-1. If there's nothing after that one, then it's most likely a 1.0 card. But if you look at the bottom one, you'll see CAN-1-M. So the -M should mean that it's a revision cart, and that'll be the 1.1 version. If you look at this other picture, you can kind of see this on the front part here. Once again, you can see the made in Japan part, but the assembled in Mexico part is almost certainly a later made cart, like a reprint. So if you see assembled in Mexico, it's most likely going to be 1.1. So yeah. That's if you're looking at eBay pictures. If you've got a copy of the game or your cart doesn't quite fit those conditions and you can't quite tell, I'll go over a couple ways to tell in game. So the first one is if you walk over to the ship, you can actually test over there. So I'm on 1.0 right now. So I will go ahead and head over there and I'll show you once we get there. Okay, so I basically just ducked into the ship just so we have a checkpoint here, just so I can kind of just come back here without having to rerun the whole mountain. I also stopped by the secret on the mountain as well just to pick up rockets, mostly because you're going to need to extend the bridge, and if you didn't bother picking up anything like I did, you'll realize halfway across the mountain you're not going to get onto the ship without it. So we got that. So I'm on a 1.0 right now, so if you kind of just go over here to this gear, and you go up into this corner, kind of go as far as you can go and then just kind of jump. If you'll notice, you just kind of land on the ocean. So you can't actually move anywhere, but there's just kind of a random tile here where you just basically just can't, you just land here for some reason. No idea why. But yeah, so you can't actually go anywhere, and if you jump in any direction, you fall. I have tested, like, with the script to see if there's any other places like that around there, but I couldn't find any. There's just like that one square. So let me switch over to a 1.1 and do the same thing.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Apparently I have cheats right now. I guess I must have left some stuff on while debugging last time I was playing this game. That works. It makes things a lot easier. Okay, so we're here in the same place on 1.1. So if we go back up there to that spot and jump off, line up right on the edge and go forward, you'll notice that we just sink. So there's no actual invisible tile on 1.1. I'm not sure how they caught that or why, but they managed to fix that, and so that's no longer a thing. So that's probably the easiest way for you to tell the difference with just straight up knowing if you got it or not. You don't really have to worry about, I think this was 1.1, because the next one is a little bit more confusing. Okay, so for the next part, for part 2, I guess, it's like, why does this matter? So 1.0 had a lot of problems with soft locking, where you basically get like stuck in a wall, especially on the ship. So what they did was they tweaked their collision detecting code and made it so it was a little bit harder to actually get stuck. Okay. Definitely not speedrun strats, I'm being really slow. But yeah, so, I mean, this is all speculation from what we figured out, but there are definitely more soft locking issues in 1.0. But there's also benefits for the speedrun with 1.0 because of that. when they increased the collision detection on 1.1, it made it harder to pass through some other dinosaurs. So right now I'm just doing the very beginning of the speedrun right now. And I'll just kind of go ahead and show you like 1.0 exclusive part, and then I'll do it again on 1.1 and show you where it fails. So if we kind of just do like we're starting the run and go to the bottom floor of this elevator, we just have to go past everybody, go a little bit wide so we can slip past this guy, go over here, you'll find our first set of snares right here, and so this room, no wait, next room, never mind. Take some damage here if you want. Alright, this room. So am I still being eaten? No, I'm past the threshold. Okay, so you'll see that there's that battery in the background and that spitter. So what we have to do is we have to run and grab that battery and then brake left to the door. The problem is that spitter, on 1.0 you can slip past it because there's not enough room, whereas on 1.1 you get stuck. So let me just kind of show you on 1.0 what I mean. So kind of grab it, slide along the wall, hit the door. So very smooth maneuver. You can get this leg if you want. If you get this leg, you can actually miss the other first aid kit and be at lower health overall at the end, which is very useful. But yeah, so that simple maneuver is not allowed, but works on 1.0. Let me show you the same thing on 1.1. Okay, so we're at the bottom of the elevator now on 1.1, so we can kind of see what works and what doesn't work. So this one, oops. Yeah, so we already run into a problem with that spitter. I'm gonna reset that and just try it, because I noticed my shoulder button, I don't think I held it quite right. But I don't think we can pass by as easily. So let's see. Just exit again. Let's basically just go over here, go wide, try and slip past, and we get stuck. So you can see I have infinite health right now because we have debug cheats on. But yeah, so this is already a problem. Yeah, if there's only like this distance between a wall and a spitter, you can't fit. You can see there's more space on this side, so we can still get by over here. So it's not a complete wash. It's still easier. But this room, it's gonna kill you. This room should be a lot harder to actually do. So if we go here, we can get that, but then yeah, we get stuck right here. So we can't actually slip past. And now I have a raptor behind me too. So what you would have to do, even though the raptor's probably not going to reset, but on 1.0 you have the option where, oh, he went to go stand next to him. You have the option where you could just fire a snare right at the beginning, and if you can hit the pacing guy and hit both of them, they'll both die. But you lose the opportunity for damage boosting, which is important. But what's really important is when you come back to do shift communications later in the game, you want these dinosaurs to be alive so that they can hurt you. So basically, when you do ship communications, you go from the top of the elevator straight over to this door, and then ship comms are right inside of here, and then you have to get yourself killed on this dinosaur. So the problem is if you kill any of the dinosaurs on the way to this point, there's going to be almost nobody to hurt you on the way here, and you're going to be stuck here for like 5 seconds while a raptor just kind of rips your face off. So if you leave those ones alive, they'll nibble on you the whole way down and you'll die in like 1 second. So that's why it's very important to actually being able to do that slide, or doing an alternative strat. But you have to get the night vision, because you need that to get the next card key. So you can kind of see why we tend to start preferring 1.0 for those kind of reasons. But yeah, you could still run 1.1. I didn't actually switch over until my most recent one, until I actually like investigated why Shmups runs were actually able to do this and I wasn't. And then yeah, so now I'm a firm believer in 1.0. So yeah, you can find the cards pretty easily on eBay if you just kind of look at the labels. You should be able to kind of make a good guess on if it's going to be 1.0 or not. But yeah, if you have any other questions on the run or anything, feel free to drop by the Jurassic Park Discord and say hi. We'd be happy to answer your questions and watch you run and give you guys tips and everything. But yeah, thank you for watching and I will see you later. Bye!